Hello and welcome to my stream. We're coming back to Hacknet, which for those of you who are not sure what it is the hacking simulation game. This is the second sort of stream that I've done from it. Got a webcam, as you can see. Haha. Yeah, well, let's see how this goes. And I'm just quickly doing a few posts just to let people know that I'm online, and we'll crack straight in. But if you do come in the lobby, then please do say hi, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Certainly something possibly for those that are involved in computers might like a bit more, and it does have some actual commands you can use actually in command prompt on a computer. And some of them obviously are designed just for the fun of the game through the hacking. So I'll just finish the last post that I'm just going to do, and yeah, hopefully get a few viewers in whilst we're doing this, and hopefully have a bit of fun with it. So post that. That's that one. And we'll just do one more, and we'll get cracking. Cool. Hacknet was free on Twitch Prime, so I got that through my Prime subscription. I don't think it's free anymore now for those of you that are interested, so you might have to purchase it. But if you did download it in your Twitch Prime, as I say, freebies, then give it a go. I really do. I really think it's great. I've spent a few hours, so I'm not too far into it. So obviously, if you don't want to get spoilt, then don't watch it. But I will be showing you. It will be a live game play of what I am doing. I'm just finishing this last post online, and we will crack on. There we go. Fantastic. So, on we go. So, to give a background of how far I've come so far, I've managed to join through a hacking group. The hacking group is CSEC, they're called, and I've done basically the initiation into CSEC to prove that I can do the hacking capabilities I need to do. We left off with downloading some documents from them, and also some applications to use, and my last note I left here was to check death row template in the home directory and the accompanying text file. So what we'll do is we'll check that out. There is an interactive GUI, as you can see here, so I can click on these here, I can view file systems, etc., and I can click into these. What I'm doing instead of doing that, however, is I'm using the command prompt down here and effectively typing my way through, so I'm not using the GUI. Makes it a little bit more difficult, but I do enjoy trying to understand the commands and doing it that way. And I think actually can be a little bit quicker at times as well, because you're tapping away the commands you want to do. But if you do play this game, you can quite simply just click through here. It does give you an indication on the right hand side here of what I'm doing. If I do click, as you can see, I'm now able to click log, and it changes the directory into log, and does it automatically for me. But what I will be doing, as you'll see, is I'll be typing down this bottom here. So I know that I want to be looking in my home directory and looking at the death row template in the home directory and the accompanying text file. Is it template? So let's have a look. So the command to read something is cat, C-A-T, and we'll do the template.txt. So the template is first name, last name, record number, and then last words. Okay. Let's read the file naming scheme, just to try and, as I say. So here is the death row file database name. It's recommended you download a copy of the template, edit it locally, then rename it to fit the scheme before inserting it into the database. For example, John_Doe 12345 is the record number. Because you'll likely want to replace all the wildcards in the template file, you should use the quick replace shortcut. Flag the file as active in your operating system. Easy way to do this is with a cat command, so make it red. Use replace without adding in the file name. So replace brackets first name as John. Continue step 2 until the file looks the way you want it. Rename the file. Move template.txt to surname underscore first name record number in brackets. Upload the file into database, connect to remote database, upload home, and make sure you're in the folder you want to upload it to. Okay, we didn't get any actual any information on how to use that at this point or where to upload it. So I'm going to just leave that for the time being. So what we do on here is you get given tasks in the form of emails, and at the very top here we can log into the emails here. So this was the last email that I received from the CSEC invitation to show that I basically congratulations on getting through. So if you didn't see the last stream, I hacked through CFC. This game is quite notorious for having funny rip-off names. You can see in my notes here we've got Microsoft's IP address. CFC was the Colonel's Fried Chicken, which was quite fun. In fact, I think I might have the CFC here. Yeah, so if I just connect to this for you, 250.154.198.234. This is what popped up, the Colonel's Food Corner, sorry, not fried chicken. And everyone loves chicken for $22. And I love how they've even got some of the logos there, which is a great bit of fun. So yeah. Anyway, I know we'll need to go into the logs, and I'm going to need to just remove my connection and disconnect from there. Brilliant. So back to the email. Let's see what it mentions. Take the opportunity to formally welcome to CSEC. Everyone here knows what they're doing, at least to some extent, so you should feel right at home if you found that last job easy. I've attached your new login details to the hub server. From there you can pick up contracts, download new code, and generally just use it as a home base. I'll stay in touch. Go pick yourself up some new programs from the stash as a congratulations present. Vapor, CSEC admin. So we went into the asset server last time because that's where I managed to grab some of their software that lets me to do. So if I just go into my bin directory, these are the different types that I've got at the moment. SSH crack, FTP bounce, EOS device scan, SMTP overflow, web server worm, SQL, memcorrupt, and sequencer.exe. From memory as well, the SQL one I didn't quite get. Let's just see if I can find anything there. Oops, terminal. Contract admission there. No, okay. Info.text. Let's have a quick read of that because I can't remember what that was. Oh yeah, so this is the SQL memory corruption injector readme. I think that will become more clear how to use that when I need to do some SQL injections. So I'm going to leave that as it is. For anyone that's joined so far, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. If you want to just drop a little message in the chat window, that'd be fantastic. If not, you don't have to. Not a problem at all. Just hope you enjoy the stream. So I'm going to disconnect from this PC and I'm going to go to the asset server. Now I need to find, in fact the IP address is in the email, so we'll just go from there. So connect, and then what have we got? Just the CSEC 198.206.173.17. We can then type login. Login was Yo Dancer. I think it was Reptile. Did it say? No. Let's. Oh, I forgot to use capital letters. It is very case sensitive. So whenever you're doing anything, and if it's got, for example, capital Y, capital D, it will use that as that. So let's log in again. Capital Y, capital D, and let's try Reptile this time, and it was successful. So what do we have in the home directory? Just some new folders. We don't need to be rooting around there, that's fine. The bin directory tends to have nice things if they are leaving things there, but this is just a contract server, so we don't need that. So we will have a look at the contract hub. And here we've got some contracts which we can go into. Let's go to the listings, and we've got all these outstanding contracts. So let's have a read of contract, capital letters, don't forget those, capital C, contract, hash. Let's just go for the first one, shall we? File not found. Okay, what I'll do is we'll just go. We're actually connected here. Let's do this again. And Reptile. So I will. There we go. So we will just use the GUI on this one because it seems a little bit easier. Just to click to see what we've got really. So we have quite a lot here. It seems some of these are locked. But let's just start from the top. So investigate a medical record. So this contract 322, investigate a medical record, get a copy of someone's medical record to settle an argument. Okay, so we'll accept this one, and here is our email of acceptance, which will let us know exactly what we need to do. Before we do that, however, I'm just going to remove my logs. Before you disconnect any server, you should always remove those. So insufficient privileges, so we cannot remove them. Okay, CSEC have not given us that permission to do so because we're not an administrator of the machine. We can't do that. Not a problem. Let's go to our email then. So hey, so I may or may not have gotten involved in a bit of an internet shout off with someone who's posting clearly photoshopped pictures of, you know, it doesn't really matter. Look, I need a legit medical record of this guy to settle it all in a dramatic fashion. I'd get it myself, but I made those intentions pretty clear, and you know how CSEC is with stuff like that. Anyway, can you help me out? His name is Jonas Sandberg. The medical database has a tool to send records to people. Could you flick a copy to gilla@gmail.com? Another lovely rip-off there of Gmail, obviously. Thanks, G. Okay, so we've got some notes and stuff. We'll just click this. Guys, I need a record of Jonas Sandberg sent to that email address. Okay, we'll keep that, and I'm going to get rid of some of these here because this is our effectively our RAM. You can see that we've got 761, and as we include things on here, it stops us from doing things such as the port hacking and everything that we're going to be doing. You'll see that come through in just a second. Don't need the FSMTP overflow. Take that one away, and we can get rid of that one. I think I just want to keep these here. So this is the IP address here to where we want to be connecting to. So let's give that a go. 208.93.170 .15. Okay, so this is what comes up as we've connected. So the first thing that we want to be doing is clearly forgetting what I'm meant to be doing here. We want to be running a scan on this machine effectively. Let's exit the database view, and let's just probe the system. So here, this will show us what we're up against. Okay, so we've got a proxy, we've got a firewall, and we've got 5 different ports available to be hacked. HTTP web server, done that before. SMTP mail server, done that before. FTP server, done that before. SQL server is one that we haven't done yet. So I just need to remember what they are. So web server worm will get us through the HTTP web server. SMTP overflow will get us through that. FTP bounce will get us through the FTP server, and it was the SQL underscore mem corrupt, and we'll need to put the port. Okay, so what we also need to do before we can do any of this, we have to get through the firewall and we have to get through the proxy. Now the proxy will we can get through that by connecting to somebody else's machine. So we will connect to, who are my usual targets? P. Anderson's bedroom PC is one that I tend to use. Nothing fruity about that, it's just one of the first machines that we had to hack, and it's just into my go-to machine from now on. And what we do from here is we run the shell command, and as you can see up on the top left here, it allows us to do an overload or a trap. Okay, so the overload is what we use against the proxy. A trap is used for if we want to detect somebody trying to connect into the machine that we're on. So this would be P. Anderson's machine, and we can act. I'll show you here. If we do trap, it has this trigger which will basically send a load of things over to the person who's connected and bomb off their session. So we don't need to do the trap. So we will close that, and I'll just bring the shell back up so we can use it. I'm now going to, as I say, everything you always do before you log off a machine on here is you remove the logs, rm space star, and as you can see it's just disconnecting everything there, deleting everything there, and we will disconnect like so. What I'm also going to do is, on my PC, I will run a shell also, just in case somebody is trying to connect to us. Now, generally, so far in the game, I've only ever had to need this once, and that was when I was deliberately going after another hacker. Going through a firm like this, I don't think we've got too much of a worry, but I'm ready to be proved wrong by the game. But it should be good. So we're okay there on that, and I'll do one more. Jason's PowerBook. So we'll connect to 27.173.182.132. Run the shell, change the log directory, remove everything, and disconnect. Brilliant. Okay, so let's go back to the IP address we were at of the medical firm. It was 208, wasn't it? Let's just type it in. I thought I would be clever and try and find it, but I'm making a bit of a fool of myself, it seems. So here we are, and let's probe the system. What have we got? So what's now going to happen? I'm now going to start taking out this proxy server, or the proxy that we've got detected here. We're probably going to see in a moment down in this corner here that they're tracing, or going to try and trace who is doing it. So let's give it a go. Okay, so nothing at this point in time. To do the firewall, we do the analyze command, and we run this several times, and as you can see it'll do different passes. Usually by about pass 6 we can tend to see what the password is to the firewall, and we will use the solve command to basically crack through it. So pass 5, pass 6, here we go. So MEDICA MTE, medicate. So solve medicate, and there we go. So we've got through the firewall. Now we can start doing we'll start from the top. So we'll do a web server worm on port 80. That's cracking through there. So you can see on the left here how that's used my RAM. If I now try and do the next one, so the SMTP overflow on port 25, we get an error, insufficient memory. So this is where I was explaining earlier that this is how that goes through like that. What I'm going to do is also close the shells from the other machine because we don't need to get through the proxy anymore. And we'll run the SMTP overflow again, and as you can see that was a huge one there, huge load of data that we're going to crack through there. Let's line up the FTP bounce on port 21, and 3, 2, 1, there we go. And let's try this SQL memcorrupt. Now this is the first time I've done this one, so it'll be interesting to see if this is a large. Okay, so insufficient memory, too big. We'll wait for the FTP bounce to be finished, and we'll run it again like so. Okay. Initialize and SQL core dump. As I said, this is the first time I've done this, so I'm not sure. Oh, unlocked. Simple as that. There we go. So port time required for the crack was 4. So we've done 4 of them. We've got past the proxy. We've got past the firewall. So now we use the port hack command, and that will crack through like so. Okay, so we're in now to the database, and we need to look for a Jonas Sandberg. I could use the GUI here and point and click through things. I'm going to see if I can do it through using the command prompt. So let's go into here, let's go into the medical, invalid path because I haven't used capitals. Right, so let's see if we can do a cat and find its. They're doing surname underscore first name. So Sandberg underscore, and if we hit the tab key, and if it finds something, there we go, it will auto populate for us using the tab key, and it is very easy. So when you start typing commands such as that SQL one, I just type in SQL tab and it finds what I'm trying to use. In here, this is the record that we're looking for a Jonas Sandberg. Patient has an acute case of testicular elephantitis. First noted at age 8. Treatment has been applied regularly since to great effect. The swelling of affected regions is incredibly noticeable. Excellent hygiene practices and continued treatment has made it manageable. Okay, so what we'll do is we will take a copy of that. And that was called Sandberg Jonas Rec. That's going to now copy to my local home folder on my PC. I'll come out of here. I don't think we need to be looking at anything else on here. Yeah, so that's fine. So let's come out of there. Let's just check the system files to see if there's anything we want. Bin. What's in the home directory? Medical database info. Let's just have a quick read. Not going to read all this out to you unless it's significant. Okay. Cool. We're not going to worry about that. So, as mentioned before, before we do this, I'm going to actually run a scan. Yeah. So if you run the scan command, it basically checks to see if there's any connection to other computers from this one that I'm logged into at the moment. There doesn't seem to be anything there because it's scanned and it's complete at the bottom here. So we'll go into the log directory. Here, as I say, this is everything that we've done. So this is all our hacking attempts to get in. This is when we became the admin, and this is where we started reading things. So we will remove everything in the log file. So it's getting through so like that, and we will disconnect. What's important to note as well is I could disconnect before this is done, and you will see that this continues to carry on afterwards. Again, just want to say hello to anyone watching the stream. Really appreciate you coming here. If you like it, please drop a little message in the chat window, or I do have the suggestion box if you've got anything to suggest, and yeah, go from there. Thank you very much for coming. So let's go back to the email and just reread this, basically saying the medical database has a so actually we need to go back onto there because it has a tool to send records to people. Okay, so let's connect again. Believe it was there you go, Universal Medical 208.93.170.15. We might actually still be administrator in here, so let's have a little look. Patient names, if we just type in Sandberg, can we do a search on that? Email this record. Okay. Recipient address, specify address. So it is case sensitive. GILA@gmail.com. Cool. So that has now been sent. Now go back into our logs. Can't see that we sent an email, but we will remove these logs here and disconnect from the machine. What we should be able to now do is go back to our email, hit reply, and what we'll do is we'll just say email has been sent. Okay. So this is the reply then. What? Really? You actually got this from the... It's legitimate, right? I mean, wow. Yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore. Wow. Yeah, thanks for the help though. I'm gonna go reevaluate my life. Okay, that's pretty deep stuff, but you're welcome, I guess. Here it shows we've been contract successful. Congratulations! The client of your recent contract has reported success and is pleased with your work. You are now free to accept further contracts from the contract database. Your current ranking is 90 out of 100. Thank you, CSEC. Okay. So a nice, easy contract to start us off with there. CSEC admins, new asset added. Agent, a new tool has been added to the asset server for your use. It's an X-server changing utility named themechanger.exe. You can find it under bin theme changer. Feel free to download a copy and use it however it's useful to you. Thank you, CSEC. Okay. It's going to be a loud sort of noise coming when I click this button on 3, 2, 1. So let's connect to that and do a download. Hopefully that warning there has just saved some of your ears if you're using a headset. So let's have a look in the bin directory. Login. We've got some details here, haven't we? Let's have a look in the bin directory. Theme changer. So this is where again, if I do just TH and hit tab, it takes me to the theme changer directory, and I will have a quick read of the info first of all. Oops, .txt. This program allows fast hot swapping of X-server theme files from the local and remote connected sources. Files in the remote row are remotely hosted valid themes in the currently navigated folder on a connected machine. Files in the local row are locally hosted themes, files in the host or sys home or sys folder. Theme changer allows users to connect any of these, will automatically download its contents and check server.sys in the system folder and activate the system without the need of a reboot. The program will also automatically back up existing themes so that all known styles are preserved for future use. Fair enough, that's what we like to see. So, I will just download these. So, whilst I'm in the theme changer there, I'll use SCP and I'll do a star and I'll download everything in the theme changer directory, which is the executable and the info.txt. What we'll do now is, I just want to go back. There is a themes here that I've just seen. So, let's go to the themes directory. So, we've got mint, teal, blue, and CSEC server. We will also grab all of those because I think it looks like we could use those as well. Transfer complete. Let's see whether or not I can remove my logs. Yep, so we'll get rid of those and we'll just disconnect. So let's connect to the home IP, which is 219.75.78.100. Let's go to the home directory, CD home, and this is, we've got info.txt1. I think that's going to be the theme changer, and I'm actually going to do a rename on this. So let's have a look at that one. So that is theme changer. So what we'll do is we'll go back. Now how do we do mv info.txt brackets 1, and we'll call that theme changer I'll do theme changer underscore readme dot txt. There we go. And we'll also, for that info one that we've got, I think just from memory again, that was the SQL memory corruption injector. SQL mem corrupt for short. So mv info.txt to SQL underscore mem corrupt underscore readme dot txt. Cool. So we did get ourselves a new thing to use, didn't we? In the bin directory. So it was the theme changer.exe. I think it puts things in the sys directory. So I already did manage to grab these from somewhere. I can't remember where I grabbed them from, possibly from the last session. But that looks like they're all sorted there then, doesn't it? So that's all good. Do we fancy a change? Does anybody in the chat want to select CSEC, mint, teal or blue? And if anybody wants one of those, I'll go ahead and try and set it. Alternatively, if you've came here through either my Instagram or the Facebook link that I've put up here, feel free to drop me a message on either of those. If you just want to tell me how badly I'm doing, or how ridiculously stupid I sound, then yeah, please do. There'll be a laugh. What I am going to do is I'm going to try and see what the CSEC one is, because that looks like that might be pretty cool, being a hacker's GUI system. So if we do, I can't remember what it's called now, let's go back into the bin, themechanger.exe. So if we type in theme changer, no valid files on the remote. So do we just click here, do we? Let's go for CSEC. Activate theme. Ooh, would you look at that? Nice. I like the white. That's pretty neat actually. Whilst we're here then, let's have a little look. So we've got just teal. Oh, okay, so that's totally different. Everything's in the middle here now instead, rather than on the right hand side. xserver.sys yo dancer. So that's the one that we had originally. I might. Oh, here we go. What we got here again? So we want the the blue one is. So the blue one looks like it's just the standard teal. Oh, it's got this cool swish in the background there. I think I'm going to go for this one. I kind of like the white. It's cool, I like that then. So let's get rid of that and let's get some memory back. Brilliant. Okay, so in our sys here we've got all of those different ones. I'm going to leave them there for the time being, I think. And we will just, even though it's my own PC, I still remove the logs. Oh, well, actually, I've just noticed that all these are down here now, rather than in the middle. So let's remove the logs, just in case anyone gets onto our PC, they can't see the connections that we've gone to different machines and run the shell commands from, for example. It stops them linking back left, right and centre from now and where we're going. So let's go back to our emails. Oh no, don't need to go back to emails, we've done that, haven't we? We need to go back to the CSEC server. So let's connect to 198.206.173.17. Gonna use the GUI this time, although I will type in my details instead. Contra listing. So let's have a little look. See this trials here. Before I joined the CSEC, this came up before and said, in fact, if we go into it, it might say, yeah, so this task represents the start of what CSEC admins predict to be an unusually long sequence. If you have critical CSEC business, we recommend completing that before progressing with this task. So previously, the other group that I was with, I can't remember what they're called now, they had that on their contracts and said that this could be either unusually long, very difficult, and if you were very confident in your hacking ability, should you do it. It got to a point where I'd carry on doing different contracts where it then said to me I couldn't then do this because I'd then become part of CSEC. So it's good to see that that's came back. Not going to try that one at this point because I'm only looking to stream for about an hour today, and we're already sort of 35 minutes into it. So I'm not going to do that one just in case it takes a little bit longer. But let's have a little look at here. Teach an old dog new tricks. int.academic. A potential friend of the group needs a degree added to his resume. And they're saying that they're trying to make hacking not so stereotypical. I mean, the previous things I've been doing, I mean, even getting that medical record was a bit on the skip of things, I guess. But previous things have been like jumping into a hacker's computer and removing evidence from Microsoft. But let's go for this one. Let's see what it is. So here we go. Binary University. It's good to have friends in high places in digital security companies, especially friends that know nothing about computer security. Okay. One such very friendly individual has recently been contacted by an agent, and we need a small show of power to win him over. We'd like you to give him a new degree from his local university in Manchester. His name is John Stalvern. He wants a degree in Masters in Digital Security. The university is Manchester University, GPA 3.0 or higher. Important. Remember to clear your tracks. International institutes rely on their reputation to remain relevant. You are compromising that. If they discover this, they will not be forgiving. Good luck, CSEC. So let's have a look at the degree details. In fact, before we do that, we'll get rid of the previous one that we had. Degree details. So, okay, so that's just a summary of just this thing here, which is good. We can use that, it's not a problem. There is the database. So let's give this a go. We probably, in fact, before I do connect to them, I'm going to connect to some. No, we will connect. It's fine. Because then I'll store it and I can just tab back up to grab the information. So connect to that. So this is the International Academic Database. A non-admin account is active. Let's have a quick read, shall we? Welcome to International Academic Database. This public access server provides centralized access to the academic records from every internationally recognized university in the world. Our database is managed and maintained by the administrators of this secure terminal, with additions from select leading universities that contribute to the database. If you are the Vice Chancellor of a university that wishes to contribute to this database and be internationally recognized, email our administrators at admin.mail.academic.org. Okay. Our database is managed and maintained by the administrators of this secure terminal. We're going to have some kickback on this, it seems. So we've got that tallied there. Let's go to, as I say, P. Anderson. Apologies, we're nicking your PC again. 9753.77. Shall change the logs, remove all, disconnect. We'll pinch Jason's PowerBook Plus again. So connect 27.173.182.132. Shell cd logs rm star dc. So I've got a couple there. I'll do one more. Let's do this point clicker one. This is another one that I tend to use. A gaming server that I had to hack and remove somebody's save because they wanted to play it again. Okay. Shell cd log rm star dc. Right, so we've got 3 of these over here. I'm not going to use our own one. Well, I've never tried it. Maybe we could use that as well if we want 4 of them. So let's go back to, where are we? The International Academic Database 12967. 12967. So let's have a little probe of this. So we've got a firewall. Got the web server, mail server. We've got to do all 4 of these. Okay, so actually we don't need to do anything at the moment with these. Let's get rid of that, we don't need that one either. So let's close 2 of these. In fact, we'll close. No, I'll leave 1 open just for the time being. So I think as soon as we try and do this firewall, what am I doing? It's not firewall, analyze. We might get some kickback. So let's have a look. There we go. So the trace is already happening. I can do the web server worm on port 80, and we can continue to analyze while it's doing that. I think I can do the SMTP bounce is a long one as well, isn't it? SMTP overflow 25. Get that going. ACADEMIC, so academic. So solve academic. SQL memcorrupt 1433. An FTP. So this is going to be tricky. We've only got 77 seconds left, and we don't have a lot of time. We're going to have to be really quick when we get in there. Let's line the port hack up. So the trace is getting closer. Ooh, right, so we need to go John Stalver. Right, search entries. So we want to search for Stalver. Okay, what's it finding for us? No entries. Search again. John Stalver. If this doesn't work, add degree. University. So the university is Manchester University. Degree. Masters in digital security. GPA is 3.0 or higher. Save and return. Cool. CD log. RM star. Wait for that to all go. disconnect. So fingers crossed, we've just done exactly what we needed to do. We've disconnected before that came through, so hopefully we are all okay. Let's now go to here, hit reply, and we'll say degree added. Contract successful. So, looks like, let's have a little read of the email. Congratulations, the client of your recent contract has reported success and is pleased with your work. You are now free to set further contracts from the contract database. Your current ranking is 80 out of 100. Thank you, CSEC. So, another successful contract has been completed. Fantastic. Okay. Another little shout out to anybody watching. Thank you again for coming here. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. As I say, please feel free to put a message in the chat window if you're looking through Twitch. If you come through any of my social medias, drop me a message. And also, if you want to use the suggestion box on Twitch, then please do. Any advice or just any general comments of how you think this has gone would be fantastic. Right, so let's have a look for another one, shall we? Where are we? Return to the inbox. And we want to go to CSEC. Let's log in with the contract. Right. Locate or create decryption software. Remove a fabricated death row record. Oh lord. Track an encrypted file. Check out a suspicious server. Wipe clean an academic record. Compromise an EOS device. Help an aspiring writer. Add a death row record for a family member. Okay. Decrypt a secure transmission or Project June bug, although I can see those last two and the fourth from bottom are still locked. Let's have a little look at the decryption software. A new company's come out with some new file encryption software and has locked up a bunch of previously very open code to us with it. The algorithm doesn't seem as bad as what we've faced in the past, but there's no solver out for it yet. This contract will have you solve the problem however you want, but we need a file decrypted. Okay, so we could have a little look at this one. I wonder whether or not we're going to be finding ourselves up against some hackers and stuff here again. Or at least some software developers, it seems. But let's accept this one. Let's see what we've got. So let's have a read. Ghosting the Vault. Deck Solutions has recently finished their new Deck Encryption Suite. Basically a file encryption package. We have a file that we want to look at that's been locked by this encryption. I've thrown a copy of it on our Crossroads server, an unsecured dumping ground for all CSEC users. That's handy to know. As encrypt_source.deck. .deck is the file extension for this new encryption generator, by the way. You might want to take a look at the file itself first. The company's website is pretty barren of anything useful, but if you dig a bit, you might find something to help. Once you're in, try scanning to see if the network goes deeper, the scan port that we mentioned before. Once you have it decrypted, upload it to the CSEC drop server. Okay, so let's get rid of John Stalvin's things. Contract details. Okay, that came back. See you later, John Stalvin. So, investigate Deck Solutions Corporation. Find a method of the Deck file decryption. Decrypt the file at the CSEC Crossroads. Upload the decrypted file to CSEC drop server. Okay. Note to self: do not let cups of tea go cold. There's nothing worse than a bit of cold tea. Or more to the point, the disappointment when your tea's gone cold. That's what really hurts. So, let's add. I'm going to press these plus buttons. That is going to make a loud, deep noise. So if you are using headphones, here is your warning now. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Decrypt the file at the CSET crossroads. So they've got it there anyway. So first thing we will do is we will have a look at the file, like they said, encrypt source.dec, and it's on the crossroads server. So connect to 72.177.218. Can I log in? Or do I need to log in? In fact, before we do that, no, we don't want a password. Let's probe. Okay, there we go. No ports required for crack. Can I just view the file system? Go straight in for a port hack then. Don't need. Says here we don't need to do anything for the crack, so we'll just go straight in with a port hack. Right, let's have a little look now at probably in the home directory, cd home. I can't remember what they called it now. My memory is awful. Encrypt source.dec. Encrypt source.dec. Let's have a look at that. Oh, lovely. So either letters or words have been changed to numbers. Okay. There looks like there's a couple of things here. CE. So that's also been there as well. Okay. Anything in the bin that we want? No. Nothing in the sys, I assume. No. Okay. Let's go in the log files here. Remove everything. Disconnect from this server. We want to go to the Deck Solutions web server. So connect at 157.136.45.60, and I just hit my numlock key, which stopped all of that being typing in. Fantastic. Deck Solutions, data security solutions, protect your company's secrets, secure communications, and exchange sensitive data with confidence with our Deck encryption suite. David Littrell has been running IT company for 28 years and knows how to get our team of experts to produce results that work for you. Joseph Scott is our Chief Technical Officer, formerly of Microsoft, is a developer at the top of his field, guaranteeing high quality code on time, every time. Okay, so your data goes here. Secure encryption, secure data, synergy, e-solutions goes into the glass ceiling. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do then is we're going to probe this and see what we're up against. There's a firewall, and we need to crack both of these things here. No proxy, and I don't think at this level. I reckon there's going to be another server that we need to connect up to, so I don't think we're going to see anything at this point. So let's do the SQL memcorrupt 1433. There we go. As I thought, there is no body tracking or tracing this. So let's wait for this to go across. Web server WAM 80, and we will analyze the firewall and see if we can get the firewall password. What have we got? I have a feeling this might say something like energy, but let's have a little look, shall we? ENCRYPT encrypt, of course. So encrypt. There we go. So now we're through there, we can do the port hack, and that's just now running. Right, so now we're in. Let's do the scan. So running this scan here, I think it's going to find there we go. So we just found the mainframe. What we will do is just have a look just to see what's around in here. Probably not a lot, but I do tend to read these anyway. So let's have a look at the readme text file. Haha, mate. It's probably just my sense of humour, but this game has got a nail to a tee for me. It has such silly dad jokes, if you like. It does make me laugh. So we can't read any of these, as you can see, because they are the .dec, so they have actually been encrypted. So this is just going to be a load of our numbers, isn't it? Okay, so we could go into the new folders, but generally, from the experience, I haven't found much of these. Okay, I'm gonna just ignore that. Anything in the bin? Nothing in the bin. Anything? Oh, what's in the web? Just the index, which is the main screen that we saw, wasn't it? So if we do index.html, yeah, there we go. So awesome. We'll come out. Oops, come out of that. We'll go into the log file, remove everything that we've done. We don't want to leave a trail, and we will disconnect. So where did we find up here? This is where it all goes crazy, isn't it? Deck Solutions mainframe there. So let's connect to that. So we're remembering that this is looking to. Okay, so we've got to do all 5 of these. Okay, so let's close our notes because I think we're going to need a bit. I think this is going to try and reverse or it's going to trace our hacking attempt. This is probably also where you're going to see me panic, because it'll probably be a quicker one. We'll go through all of those. Okay, so the SQL one took a lot, and the FTP bounce takes a lot, so we can't run those together. Let's try. Let's try the FTP bounce and SSH and wait for, as soon as I press N now, this will be somebody trying to catch us out. Go. Oh no, it's not. Okay, that surprised me. I would have expected that to have at least pinged up something. Very strange. Okay, fair enough. Web server worm on 80 might be. No, that's big enough. That's good. And then the SQL 144. Sorry, 1433. And go. We'll line up the port hack, unlocked, port hack. Let's crack through that. And we're in. So, let's do a scan. No other machines. So what we should then find, what we're looking for, is in this machine here. Let's go straight here and let's go to the home directory. Encrypt.dec. Is that the actual tool? I don't believe it will be, because the .dec directory, yeah, is that, isn't it? So let's come out. I just disconnected. Oh, you are an idiot, and I have to do all of that again. Oh, I'm amazing. My singing is just as good. Drink some more of my tepid tea. Let's get the SSH crack ready as well. And do the web server worm on 80 and SQL on 1433. Right. So what I did there is, instead of doing CD to change the directory, I hit DC for disconnect, and thus was kicked off the machine. So sorry for the loop there. Right, so we're now into the system. Let's try this again, shall we? I'm going to remove all my connections at the moment whilst I'm in the logs file. Let's go in the bin directory, nothing in there. Let's have a look in the sys directory, nothing in there. So what do we have in the staff directory? Capital S. Oh, we needed to read this, didn't we? So we had the two guys. Was it? There was Latrell, and was it Scott? Let's go into the D Latrell first. So staff memo dot. Okay, so these are probably the ones that we tried to read earlier. Greetings all. First of all, congratulations on the successful launch of our new encryption suite. It's been a huge success, and I hope you're all as excited by the new marketing material as I am. As DEC Solutions becomes a more prominent force in the worldwide software development, I feel that we, as a company, need to step up to the plate and start holding ourselves to a higher standard. To this end, I'm enforcing a few new policies within the company that I hope you'll all come to love and appreciate as the workflow improvements I think they really are. The new policies will come through in a few days when I finalise them. Until then, it's as you were, men. Have a productive day. David Latrell, CEO. Go, David. So, let's have a look at the new policies. Text. Invalid path. Because I want to do cat new policies. I don't want to try and change that. Here are the new policies I promised a few days ago. Read them well. Number 1. Sensitive company data, source code, confidential memos, etc. should be encrypted at all times when not being worked on. And what better software for this than our own? You've seen the website, and I'm sure you can understand how this will make our business a more secure, trusting place. I've already started this on my own files, some very important ones. I've even double encrypted. It's like using 2 condoms. Even if one breaks somehow, you're still safe. Yeah. I'm not gonna go with that theory. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. When encrypting files, you should be fine to go to passwordless most of the time. But if you feel something's of critical importance, use your company ID on it as a password. For example, my safety encrypted files would use my ID, D Latrell. I have a feeling we're going to need to know that. So if we do add note and we do D Latrell, and then we'll put company ID. That'll open up everything else we had here. We'll leave that for the time being. 3. Builds of the encryption suite are to be kept offline at all times. In this age of digital security, you can't be too careful. Enjoy your last unencrypted company memo, David Latrell. Okay. Cool. So let's come out of that. Under locked. What's under locked? Read decipher memo. Okay. Got it. Thanks for showing me earlier. I've sent a copy off to some of the others to see if they can get anything useful out of it. Thanks and great work. David, I've been looking through the code that we got back from the contractors for the encryption, and it's breakable. Really breakable, like dangerously so. I wrote a program to do it so I could show you, and I've sent it over. You'll probably want to delete that and this memo once you've seen what it can do. To run it, hit it up in the command line like I showed you, like this. Decipher, file name here. If you want to use the password, add that after the file name. Decipher, file name, password. Right, so what we need to do, we need to find that decipher.exe. I'm going to add another note to this. Decipher.exe, and then file name, password. Just so that's there in there, and close that again so we can use system resource. Okay, we haven't got the decipher, so we can't use that. So let's have a little look. Oops. Let's go to JScots. Decipher deck, memory deck. So they're all things that we can't get into. Let's try acarry. Decipher.exe. That's what we want. So decipher.exe. Awesome. So that's now, we can now use that. We can now use that to be able to use it to decipher. So we've got the Detrows staff ID. So what we could do, I will just take this one here as well. Important memo.deck. So I wonder if they all follow the same thing. So if we do decipher important memo deck and then just try, okay, that was all lowercase. Does it have a password? Oh, we probably shouldn't have done this on the test server, should we? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Let's go back into that K Abrams and we will remove the rm important memo.txt. Don't show evidence that we were there. So let's go into dealer try. I think that's it. We've got everything, haven't we? What we'll do is we'll do an SCP of the lawsuit response.deck. So I'll copy that. Personal notes. We'll also do personal notes. what I think we can do now is we'll just go into the log. We'll remove all of those. So that should be that. I'm going to go back to my PC, look at the home directory and read the personal notes. So decipher personal notes, just leave it as that. It might have the password, requires a password. So it was, I can't remember how to spell it, Decrypting. There we go. I think once we've finished this one, we're gonna call that quits, but it's worth seeing what's going on. Double encryption. Ooh. Okay, so decipher personal notes underscore layer 2 deck. What's the betting? He's also password protected that. There we go, getting through. And we'll also decipher lawsuit response. That's encryption source. I suddenly panicked then and saw that IP address and thought, oh, have they done some backwards tracing? But I think, I can't spell now while I'm trying to type that. I wonder if they'd be able to get back to me. But it's a source encryption IP, which is them, which is fine, I think. So whilst we're doing that, let's have a little read of personal notes underscore layer2.text. I'm concerned Kathy here might have a thing for me. I don't blame her. I've also seen my chiseled face on occasion. It's stunning. I should install more mirrors. It's one of the utmost importance to stay professional about this. I'm making a note here now such that in the event that she attacks me in a fit of sexual envy, it's been documented that I'm the innocent part. I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, let's not. Lawsuit response letter. Oh, it's got a layer 2. I didn't see that. So decrypt lawsuit response underscore layer 2 delitra. I can't remember how to spell it. Is it? No, I don't know where I'm getting the EAU. It's just like that. So hopefully, are we going to put any money on it? This is a lawsuit against her about being the innocent party. Right. So what have we got? Cat lawsuit response dot. Oh, sorry. It's got layer dot text. Mr. Latrobe, regarding your recent I've discussed the matter with our legal team, and they have assured me that your double bagging, that is your application of 2 condoms instead of the recommended one, represents such a significant departure from our recommended usage instructions that you have no legal grounds for class action, regardless of your incredibly high rate of breakages. We recommend that you follow the recommended procedure in the future. Best wishes to you and your 12 children, Jennifer Stem, Durex Customer Service and Complaints. Again, probably not funny for some of you guys, but that is just, I think it's quite clever how they put this sort of stuff into the game. We need to get rid of some of these because there's just no need for them. So if I do lawsuit response, is that going to remove all of those? No, it won't. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of layer. Deck. takes a while to remove them, doesn't it? Remove personal notes dot dec. Remove personal notes underscore layer 2 dot dec dot txt. RM lawsuit response layer dot text. We'll also remove the Sandberg Jonas.rec because we didn't need to do that. Order requirements. What is that order requirements? Ah, it's the food manager. Yeah, so we don't need that. RM order requirement sets. We'll also get rid of the seasoning orders. So this was from the previous when we hacked into CFC and didn't need that. Part 1 doc, part 2 doc, 11 secret herbs and spices, we'll get rid of that as well. And we'll leave that for the time being. So we've got the decoder, we now need to, let's open up the notes, and it says decrypt the file at CSET crossroads. So let's go to our logs, let's remove everything we've been doing because people could see what we had been deleting. Let's disconnect. So we want to go at this CSET crossroads. Where are the crossroads? It's the public drop server. Struggling here. Let's go back to the email, it's a lot easier. Drop servers, there we go. So 10.192, sorry, 92.183.93. No, what are we doing? Crossroads server. Come on, let's 72.177.218. Brilliant, so, and we want to find encrypt source was the one, wasn't it, if I remember? So decipher, not decrypt. Encrypt source deck. Now let's insufficient memory. Close. What a memory hog. Let's see what this does. So didn't even have a password. Fantastic. Ugh, cold tea. So .cs. So that was what they wanted, wasn't it? So now they want that .cs file. What is in that CS file? Okay. String builder, private string encrypt. Okay, so that looks like the information on how to encrypt the information. So they're basically trying to figure out how they're doing the decryption, aren't they? That's what they're doing. That needs to go to the upload server. So let's quickly upload that. So scp encrypt source.cs. So let's just go into our home directory. Let's go to the log file and let's remove everything in there. See you later. Disconnect. Back to our own, which is 219.75.78.100. Let's go to the home. Encrypt source.cs is definitely still there. Great. Let's go to the public drop server now. So connect 183.93. Reminder how to do this. So this is upload. Okay, so upload local file name rather, which was encrypt. Oh, it's going to start home, isn't it? Home slash. I can't spell. Encrypt underscore source dot cs. Did that work? No, I don't think it did. Is it because I used a backslash? Yeah, I used a backslash, not a forward slash. That's me from my IT role doing network file paths. So that's done. Once it's uploaded, just okay. So I think we're done there. CD log. Cool. So I think now, if we hit reply on that and said file, oops, I won't put decrypted. I was going to file uploaded. Yay! Contract successful. Fantastic stuff. For the success, pleased with your work. Free to accept further contracts. Ranking 70 out of 100. Brilliant stuff. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that bit there. I could have looked at the other stuff on the server. Don't think we're going to do that. So I'm going to keep this here so I remember how to do it. And just remember, so next stream, view, view contracts in CSEC. So, just a little reminder there for that. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. So, let's go back. Let's disconnect from that server. Let's go back to our own and check the logs. Remove everything from there. Brilliant. And that is where we will call it a evening. Once again, thank you for everyone who has been in the stream today. It will be posted on my channel, so you can see this when I'm offline. Anyone that's also playing Hacknet, I hope you enjoy it as much as I am. It is a pretty much an IT guys kind of game in my opinion, or anyone that likes that kind of coding and that side of things. Probably more enjoyment of actually doing it rather than just watching it. I've not been on the reverse side of seeing it, but I can understand how people might like to see it, just to see how somebody would work doing it. For those of you that don't like it, yeah, it's just, as I say, it's pretty much an IT person's kind of game, I guess. But I hope the stream's been okay. I hope I've been explaining what I've been doing so people can kind of follow what I'm doing, rather than just see lots of text going off and thinking what on earth is happening. If you have been in the chat, in the room, and you, I've seen it through Twitch, if you could upload just a message or something like that, or something in the suggestions box, if you have any, that would be fantastic. If you did see me through my Facebook or through my Instagram, or my stories like that I've posted on, please just drop me a message. Like I say, even if you just want to laugh at me, I've got no problems with that. It would be nice to see who's going out to and who's seeing it. And if you did enjoy the stream, just let me know. As I say, very new to this, second time streaming. And yeah, I hope it's been enjoyable for you. And I'm going to try and see if I can get a regular streaming thing going on, just so people are sort of knowing when I'm going to do it, as it were. But yeah, thank you very much for viewing. Hope you've enjoyed it. And have a good night and a great weekend. Take care. Cheers. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.